Yeah, we know the Men's Cricket World Cup is on. Let's tell you what the women cricketers from around the world are up to. A lot of them are busy with the Women's Big Bash League in Australia. The 9th season of the tournament is starting today. It's an Australian cricket tournament played in T20 format. The tournament will be played across 12 venues and it concludes on the 12th of December. Let's look at the format of the tournament itself. It features 8 teams there. The group stage is fairly lengthy though. A total of 56 matches alone will be played and all the clubs will be playing each other twice. The team that finishes at the top of the points table go directly through to the final, while the team that finishes third and fourth will clash in a must-win encounter. The winner then plays against the team that finished second for a place in the final. The defending champions this year are the Adelaide Strikers. Now let's look at what makes this season different from the previous ones. For the first time in the tournament's history this year, a draft was organised. This allowed each team to sign in 2 to 3 overseas players. How is it different to the previous editions? Earlier, clubs would negotiate directly with overseas players or they would rope them in. Now all overseas players who want to feature will be categorised into different salary bands. Players can nominate themselves for gold, silver and bronze. WBBL authorities then upgrade a certain number of players to the platinum tier according. As you see, all these different bands have their own price bracket and the authorities then upgrade certain number of players to platinum tier. So who are some of the big draws at the WBBL this year? West Indies captain Healy who will captain Melbourne Renegades. Indian captain Harmanpreet Kaur will also play for the same team.
Yeah, obviously Harmanpreet Kaur going to the Renegades was a huge get. I think potentially the scheduling might be a problem. They're obviously playing England at the early December and their availabilities are sometimes unsure of. So we'd love to see more Indian players in the WBBL. I mean, I really enjoyed my experience over in the WIPL, so to be able to share that knowledge across both countries would be ideal.
Harmanpreet was in fact the only one selected among the 18 Indians named for the draft. She was placed in the platinum category. Harmanpreet's debut was in the 2016-2017 edition. She played for Sydney Thunders back then. In fact, that year the Women's Big Bash League along with Harmanpreet also saw Smriti Mandhana featuring in it. Now since the Women's Big Bash League got underway in 2015, it didn't see any Indian player participating, but it did feature an Indian-born Australian Lisa Sthalekar, who's a commentator now, and Meg Lanning of the Melbourne Stars emerged as the highest run scorer that year. Earlier this year, Meg was ruled out of the Ashes due to medical reasons. That was a major blow to their team. She missed a lot of cricket, but now she's back and fans are waiting to see her bat again.
I'm enjoying my cricket, at the moment, having come back and played a couple of games, and I'm really excited to be playing with the Melbourne Stars again in this year's tournament. So, I haven't really thought too much else on that. I just want to go out there and play with freedom, have a smile on my face, enjoy playing with the Stars and do as well as we can. It is very different from the nets to out in the game, so I feel like it was some good prep for me. I feel confident coming in. WBBL's a whole nother tournament, obviously. There's a fair bit on the line and there's a lot of talent and some really good teams and individuals out there. So it's going to be hard to do what we want to and get the result. But I'm looking forward to contributing to that and hopefully the Melbourne Stars can have a good year.
Now, the biggest spike in the league was seen in the 2021-22 edition that saw 8 Indian players participating in the event. Players like Poonam Yadav, Richa Ghosh, Jemima Rodriguez were seen in action. Now, over the last decade, women's T20 cricket has gained quite a considerable amount of attention. It started with the Women's T20 World Cup in 2009. That proved to be a game changer. Women's cricket has shot into focus with the various cricket boards, giving women's cricket the shot in the arm it needs. Equal pay. England, South Africa, New Zealand and India are leading the way, and other boards are acknowledging the pay gaps but working towards reducing that. It's T20 leagues like this one that will boost women's cricket, generate more interest and give it the attention that it garners. I think it would be fair to say that cricket won't just be associated with the men alone. Yes, the popularity of men's format has been a catalyst for the rising fandom, but it's the women's cricket that will bring in the larger population, the other half, equally important for the sport to truly grow. It's the dream of every cricketer, the ultimate glory. Few manage to keep their date with destiny, but for many, it's been heartbreaks and a cross to bear. The Holy Grail is here in India. I'm Rupha Ramani and Firstpost brings you the ringside view we bring you the Cup of Dreams, Cricket World Cup coverage like never before.